But first, it's not every day we meet someone who's died and been brought back to life. But in a moment, I'll be joined by Dean, whose quick-thinking neighbour saved his life. The events of that day in the summer of 2016 have completely changed his whole outlook, and now he is making it his mission for more schools to teach CPR. Louise Loxley reports.
It was a dream wedding for Dean and Kim in December 2016, but it could easily have never happened because just 5 months before, the 31-year-old's heart stopped beating while he was driving his 4 sons.
So been for our wedding suit fitting, me and the 4 boys, we was driving home, and then obviously that's when I had a cardiac arrest. And I was just literally driving home, went to turn into our street off the roundabout, and didn't make the corner. Drove across the central reservation into someone's front garden.
So the car had crashed, your heart had stopped beating. What happened next?
My wife Kim got out, checked on the children. Dawn came out, who's my neighbour who I didn't know at the time. And then she realised obviously that it was a bit more serious than we first thought, and then she got 2 guys to get me out the van and immediately started CPR on the side of the road.
That neighbour was Dawn, and her actions saved his life. Now both are so keen to raise awareness of the importance of learning CPR, they're taking the message to a local primary school. And teaching these 9 and 10-year-olds the basics is a paramedic who was on board the Magpass air ambulance helicopter called to treat Dean.
In the UK, the prognosis for an out-of-hospital cardiac arrest is quite poor, so only around 7% of the population survive this. If you do effective CPR and defibrillate within 5 minutes, your chances are more like 50 to 70%. So teaching this within the community can make a massive difference.
CPR is now being filtered into the national curriculum, and pupils here at Stukeley Meadows Primary School in Huntingdon have been enjoying themselves.
If it's real and someone's actually collapsed, it's quite useful to learn this so we can help them.
If anyone's in danger, it's basically saving someone's life.
And it's especially important in this school.
In recent years, we've lost 3 of our dads and stepdads to cardiac arrest. It's hit the families and the community hard. And we felt that this was the right time, nationally and locally, for us to bring CPR and first aid training into the school curriculum.
The free sessions also include defibrillator training, so these youngsters have all the tools they need to be lifesavers. Louise Loxley, BBC Look East, Huntingdon.
Well, I'm very pleased to say that Dean is here now, along with Dawn, who of course saved his life. Guys, thank you for coming in. This is such a story. Dean, first of all, I've got to ask you, how are you now?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
Yeah, you don't feel any after effects of it? You feel totally normal?
Yeah, totally normal.
Well, it's all down to you, Dawn. And actually, Dean, I'm going to talk to Dawn a little bit first, just because you remember more of what happened that day, clearly, than Dean does. A van careers onto a front garden a couple of doors down from you. What goes through your head at that moment? What happened?
Just worried about the seriousness of it, first of all. And then, obviously, when I saw Dean in no fit state to move or do anything, then I just realised it was serious and had to be.
I imagine what must have been a particular shock is because actually, Dean, you are about the same age as one of your sons, I believe. So that cannot have been nice to see. But you were trained in CPR because you work at a nursery. Training in it and doing it are different things. How did you go about it? How did you feel?
Yeah, putting it into practice was surreal. You know, you just get on and do it. But it's a survival chain, really. I do my CPR. And I learnt that through the training, and then obviously the services help, and then Magpass just finish that chain, that link, and bring the A&E to that chain. Which
you're making it sound quite matter of fact, Dawn, but you were working on Dean here for about 20 minutes.
Well, yes, and with aid of somebody else as well. So yeah, I was, but it's just so, you know, I'm just glad he survived, and it was a good story, a good ending. As
are we all. Dean, you know, the school that you went to today,
yeah.
We heard from the head teacher, 3 of the dads died from heart attacks. You were so close to being a dad who died of a heart attack. Do you allow yourself to think about that?
It is a bit scary, yeah. I mean, the chance of surviving out of hospital is like 7%, so to be here today is amazing, really.
And can your children do CPR now?
Yeah, they know CPR and how to use a defibrillator. Yeah, they all know, me, Kim, the children, everyone.
So it has completely changed your outlook on everything?
Yeah, massively, yeah. Got a different outlook on life and stuff like that.
And when you go into schools like you did today and you see children who are so eager to learn it, really keen to learn it, how does that make you feel?
Amazing, obviously, seeing them doing it and helping them doing it and stuff, yeah, so.
Dawn,
Really
do you think with children, actually they have something that adults don't? They don't have that fear that they are going to do something wrong, so they dive in and they get on with it.
That's right, and it's best that they learn young, so God forbid if they have to come to putting it into practice, that they won't be sort of like, you know, they've got the confidence to have a go, and that's what we need, lots of training for youngsters.
And do we still say we do it to the tune of Staying Alive?
Yeah.
Is that is that what we say?
Yeah.
We just keep going until the help arrives.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit now about what this has done for the pair of you. You had never met each other before this happened, and what a way to meet, huh? Are you good friends now?
Oh wow, yeah.
They're like family.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, he's like another son, and his wife and his children are just an extension of our family now. We do a lot of things together, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And you have spent Christmases together, I believe?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first Christmas when me and Kim got married, we went to Dawn and Doug's with Dawn and Doug's children for Christmas.
Because that Christmas could have been so different.
Yeah.
For your wife and your children.
Yeah.
And Dawn, you went to the wedding.
Yes.
And I just want to ask you just briefly then, standing there at the end of the aisle, what was that like? Did it bring an added element to it for you?
It was obviously quite an emotional day anyway, but obviously it was amazing to have Dawn and that there to spend our special day with us.
Well, you're making it your mission to help save other lives, because no doubt some of these children will in future. Dawn, Dean, thank you so much for coming in and sharing your story. An unbelievable couple. It's really, really good to meet you. Thank you.
Welcome, thank you.
If ever you needed an excuse to learn, there's the story. Let's learn from it.